Hey folks, Dave here, and welcome to part 2 of my tour of my massive Minutemen underground prison settlement here at Thicket Excavations. If you missed out on part 1, be sure and start off there with the link in the description or right here on the screen. Here in part 2, we're going to take a detailed look at how the prisoners are surviving. Let's go ahead and dive in. And this, Joel, it's still basically the lowest of the low, just not quite as bad as like sleeping on the rock shelf over in the corner. It's a little more built up, but you're still in the lowest part of the prison. You basically probably hardly ever even see actual sunlight when you're down this low. So we're going to go around to the right here first. This guy is sweeping away here. Got a campfire right at the front. This guy's got an open window to let the heat in. March inside here.
What important person lives here?
Our brewmaster. That's how I call him. This guy is brewing up some moonshine. Not just any moonshine, though, because it uses that gray water as its base, because it's all the water they have down here, even out of the pump. It's labeled and bottled as Joel's Old-Fashioned Shine.
Old-fashioned.
We're going to see some bottles of it on the next tier as we go up. Yeah, he's got his little workbench here, and he basically just sleeps on this couch. But hey, if you have an old scrappy couch that you've managed to, like, abscond with...
You're holding on to that.
Yeah. He probably killed somebody to get away with that couch. He's got his own little bits of furniture. An odd-shaped house, but like you noticed, he's got a roof, and he's got doors. Because he is, in fact, the brewmaster.
He provides the liquor.
It's an important job down here. I mean, what else you got besides work?
The fighting pits.
The fighting pits. Over here you can see that this is where some of that stew is being cooked using the rations. That honestly looks horrific. I love that texture. That's awesome.
Yeah, that looks absolutely gross.
It looks like mushrooms and mud.
Ugh.
Huh?
That guy is one of the champions from the ring, I think.
I demand whatever I want. Except not freedom. You'll never be allowed out.
She's probably one of our cooks here. And then you have the access ramp to the fighting pit where someone's just been thrown out unceremoniously. I wonder if they're headed for the stew pot.
They're headed for the stew pot.
That's not allowed, but how much you want to bet that it happens?
Well, wait, you don't allow cannibalism?
No, not of course not. That's disgusting.
Wait, that's disgusting. Why are they come up with their own rules down here on how they do. Why are they not allowed to eat their own dead?
Cannibalism is forbidden. That is a line that you cannot cross. And in theory, anyone
in my lands, it's encouraged.
Joel, in your reality, it's encouraged.
Yeah.
And in theory, in the fighting pits, it has to be volunteers, right? According to the prison rules, even being self-run.
They're not killing the person, but the guy's already dead. They don't have much food down here. Why not allow them to?
Because once you get the taste, you know how good it is.
You know how good. That's what it is. It's because of that succulent taste.
This guy right here's got a cool little house. It's supported by some cinder blocks right here. It's in an old sewer pipe. So he's got personal possessions. Very rare for a prison. He's robbed somebody for those or had them smuggled in.
I just don't trust a person down here who has a painting of a cat.
Oh, he's got to be a good person.
No,
right?
it's like it reminds me of like those movies you've seen. You know, like the big burly guy who's like,
yeah,
super nice,
yeah.
and then he goes and like crushes you in half. You're like, oh,
And if I can find the hot spot here. Whoa!
Oh! Almost killed you there.
Almost diced me in half, right into the stew pot with General Dave.
Right into the stew pot.
That's his fun little height.
And I wish I created my own area calling it the stew pot, and just have the real dance like a giant. The whole thing's within a giant stew pot.
Well, you know, we can always just flood this whole thing.
Flood the whole thing. Yeah, add some sausages.
Yeah.
You can see we have some caravans down here.
It's like, did you put a baseball hat on that?
It's a mod, yeah.
Okay.
Knocked over shelf here, used as a step. This guy's got some very crowded quarters. Is the person flipping the knife out there?
Getting ready to go in the fighting pits.
What's he drinking there next to a box full
it
of...
makes him look angry.
Well, I mean, the box is full of antifreeze, so I don't know what he's drinking there. Yeah, as you can see, not a whole lot of personal possessions down in the lowest levels. Pretty bare bones living, but you have this this old caravan, so you know, keeps the heat in. Well, him and his like 12 roommates, by the look of how many beds are in there. We've got a second caravan right here, and all of these canopies that you're going to see over this whole ramshackle village is basically to try to keep some of the heat from the fire barrels in, because the ceiling's so high and you're so far underground at this point. So yeah, we got a second caravan here. Very tight quarters, but a few personal possessions. Valuable possessions. Someone's got a lounge chair going on there. And a few comics tucked away. This guy's a comic collector. I'll turn off the flashlight for a second. This is one of the cool shadow casting lights here. You got
a head.
a head, some toy trucks. Look at the high-res texture on that truck, though. That's good stuff. Along with that high-res Nebula from Hell texture.
It's the only board games allowed down here.
Basically. Prison from Hell, Nebula from Hell. It just matches. And again, very crowded, but hey, with the low ceiling of the caravan and that hot light, it's probably warmer than they deserve in there. Whoa! Yeah, hopefully that keeps the heat in a little bit, even though they don't have a door. I just realized. That's gotta be pretty crowded. Some broken benches there. This guy is probably the factory foreman, or forewoman, if you will. She's got her own workspace and even a radio, which is how valuable would that be in a prison like this? Even if it was just the Minutemen radio that you could tune into.
That captain hat.
She's our in charge of our factory down here. I'm just realizing how many holes are in the bed chamber here. Not a lot of privacy, but hey, she's got a door, so there's that. And her own personal storage. Just close her back up there. I think it's pretty obvious what this corner is for.
Murdering?
The doctor is in. Who's next? You know, if you're wanting to get your prison fortune told, spoiler alert, you die in prison. Or if you're looking for some paid company, this is the cold corner you're looking for. You got some steps up here. You can have your tarot cards read, or that bed does not look very stable. Like one of the legs like sawed off to fit on top of the rock right there. The wall is just a curtain. Not very stable at all, but also some additional bedding back here in this corner with a fire barrel, so maybe it's not too cold. But it's probably cold.
It's miserable.
And I almost forgot about this one. I'm gonna forget about stuff that I've built over the months. I almost forgot about this one. Up here, tucked away in the corner, this guy's got his own little ledge with a sleeping bag and a candle and some notes.
Little brush.
Yeah, this is kind of cozy, right?
What is that?
Fish packing? Yeah, it's a map of the fish packing plant.
That's his art.
I just thought that was pretty cozy up there, tucked away like on his own little shelf. You almost can't see it from the outside, can you? Yeah, it's kind of hidden away up there. I literally almost forgot about it. Down here you've got, of course, your fire pit. And someone else has tucked some beds and stuff into this corner. Including, that's just really a box with a piece of wood on top. Cozy. This person right here has a plank bed under the stairs. But you're close to the fire,
You know
right?
what? I'd enjoy that spot.
Well, then have I got a spot for you? Let me go around the fire here.
I just wanted to be near the fire.
Uh,
Because it's so dang cold in your office. I want to be near a fire barrel.
I mean, it fits because this would be freezing down here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Which it is.
in the winter. And it actually is very cold in here. I love it. If you really want to get cozy, I mean, it's not next to the fire. But, you can get around the corner here. Almost.
I said you're almost dead.
Also true.
Someone lays on that metal
Well,
slat.
that's so you can climb up into this little hidey hole with your burlap sack to sleep on in the mud
Man.
in the coldest corner of them all. Or for our crazy preacher
I just
here.
imagine is that a guy or I can't tell.
That's a crazy person. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm not
I just
gonna.
imagine them muttering like, murder, kill, murder holes.
Come on, closer. Yeah, we're not
Hot
gonna.
oil.
We're not gonna engage them. But there's some graffiti down here.
It's homosexual. They're everywhere.
The legend of the tunnel snakes lives on. And this shack right here, which I'm gonna step back for a second so you can kind of see, it kind of commands this like upper section of the quarry blocks here. It's built in this outcropping, and he's got a door and a whole bunch of space. So this is definitely where Joel's agent stays. You tell it's Joel's agent because he left the door wide open. He's got some reading material. And this lockbox right here is where he hides his radio for communicating with Joel's agents out on Pleasure Island and his other settlements. Now, because
Can you guys get me out of here? It sucks being here. And the answer is no.
we'll send you some comics, whole bin full.
Yeah, a whole bin full.
Of course, now that the General Dave has, seen it while touring the prison, we are going to have to confiscate that radio. The way it goes.
Why have we not just killed you down here?
I am completely up armored. I'm also like level 136, so you will try. You got the anarchist cookbook down here, stirring up some trouble.
See, my guys would be helping to encourage cannibalism down here. Just allow it. Allow it, Dave.
You know what that is, right? It's for making bombs, not an actual cookbook. What do you think that was? Like,
No, I mean, I just thought it was like, like how to cook up being an anarchist. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're cooking up a plot. Like, you're cooking up a scheme, that kind of thing.
that kind of works.
I just went to...
But also pipe bombs.
Yeah. No, I know. But I'm saying my guys were definitely also like, hey, this is how to make bombs and also cannibalism.
Yeah. We're low on the meat rations this week, so Jimmy fought real good in the ring.
Fought real good.
Jimmy wouldn't want
What
to
do
go
they do with their
waste.
body anyways?
Send him up.
Send them up.
Yeah. On the
You should
elevator.
maybe just keep an eye on that, because if there's no bodies coming up every once in a while, like, cannibalism.
that's a good point. It's like, we know people are dying down there eventually.
Like, I thought I heard someone died a couple days ago. Cannibalism.
And you can see you have an overlook of the village down below. Your agent does, at least. The factory looks pretty eerie out there in the fog with that giant spotlight coming down from the control room. But yeah, you can tell it's definitely Joel's agent because in all of his subtlety, he has an anarchy flag over his bed.
He ain't worried.
Along with, he's got slippers. Like, somebody would kill for those down here. It's got to be so cold in this quarry. But also, looks like we have some...
Ooh, he's got a rifle.
Some illegal weapons down here. Yeah, we got ourselves a...
What is that?
It's a Mosin Nagant. Yeah, so we're going to have to have to confiscate that as well. Confiscated, along with your radio. Of course, because this prison is in a gigantic hole, I imagine that won't be long before they smuggle him new stuff down here. But, you know, General Dave's always watching, etc., etc. Keep those prefabs going up the elevator. The settlements must be built. This actually might be the coziest spot right here. Underneath your agent's, like, deck here, someone's got...
He's letting the heat roll off, go down to him.
Yeah, he's got a fire barrel down below. You guys have the crazy guy next door, so that can't be good. But he's got a little...
Gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah, a little sleeping nook right there.
Sometimes more bad than good.
I'm going to zoom out here in free cam for just a second so you can see. We've got a whole bunch of just walkways that connect through here. Like, it's like kind of tiered walkways that go around all the fireplaces and up and down all of the different cuts from the quarry. So, of course, hand-built, etc., etc.
Wait, you did those?
Yes.
So this wasn't... You didn't just download this? Got it.
Yeah. If you guys want to check out this settlement, it was all done by someone else. Every last piece.
He's a fraud!
Exposed!
Cannibal!
Not clickbait! I'm going to do a quick... see if I can do this. Yeah, quick camera pan this way, just because I think the lighting looks really cool in here.
It almost looks like pirate ships for a second.
Yeah, it reminds me of something from like Treasure Island, like one of the pirate cities from Treasure Island. But with more cannibalism, apparently.
Yeah, and not fun.
Because of the cannibalism, specifically.
I mean, specifically, it's not fun because of that one thing.
You might be eaten alive.
The human skin eating people. Cannibals.
So we're going to go past your agent's house here. See, you've got just tons and tons of sleeping quarters here. And really, not a lot of the personal possessions. Like, if you own a couple books, like you are living the high life here. And then that walkway connects back around to the campfire on the lower tier like that. That brings us over here to our loyal sweeper, who's
super jacked.
I mean, what else are you gonna do down here?
Yeah.
Besides murder each other and commit cannibalism. This is their version of the bathroom facility. So you've got a bunch of toilets here in various
It goes nowhere.
states of disrepair. Well, it does. So if you're a new prisoner,
Do you actually have piping?
This is going to be your job. They're all connected, and they empty out into this tub where prisoners who are new here with no reputation, their job is to empty out the tub into one of the pools. Probably the fighting pit.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got some kind of like nasty moss stuff growing too. But yeah, that's a big honking pipe too. Like they're ready to get rid of that cannibal.
It stores up and then you pull the little handle and it all comes out at one.
It's not even like lined up right either. Like it's gotta be.
Yeah, a little bit of overflow, splash.
How do you like, Joel, that the bathroom piping system is right across the way from the brew station?
Yeah, well, it helps that natural earthy smell.
yeah, all natural. Joel's old-fashioned shine. You can see some of the cleaning materials for whoever's in charge of...
What pants is he wearing?
One of the Nuka World Raider pants. It's like fuzzy pants.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy looking. You've got the toilets just like sitting out on a deck. You can tell this is a prison.
That is literally the poop deck.
Good call. Good call. This guy is perhaps a little bit unhinged. He's got his own little private nook here with his painting materials.
You know? Paint. They're always watching. He's painting you.
Because General Dave is always watching.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't remember. There's a camera in here somewhere in this village, and I don't remember where I put it.
Do you have a cable going from it?
No, they're wireless.
Did you just make that up?
No, they're actually wireless.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to see if I truthfully got you. It's
You were
right.
so excited.
You can make one mistake. It's
No,
all right.
it's a Creation Club mod that I paid for. There actually is a screen now that works for the security cameras. That was worth $8 for me. But the
that
cameras,
$8 just saved you.
the cameras do work, but they are wireless. I can't remember where I put it. It's somewhere in the village. Now I'm actually a little bit disturbed. Yeah, he's got his privacy cloth and his like tin door he can pull close.
Sounds in there.
That was
He's always watching.
very convincing, Joel.
Yeah. I mean, I have looked up Google sometime, just like, what does human flesh taste like? I'm just out of curiosity, you know?
That is in your search history,
So-
yes. The sun is killing me. What little sun there is. So that brings us out of the lowest tier of prisoner housing and back out into the central work area and the fighting pits. Now before we head up to the next tier, I knew it was going to happen. I actually forgot. Not anything major, but I spent time on it, so we're going to look at it. Just the corner here next to our mining part of the lower section, got our punishment corner and also one additional bit of housing.
So the prisoners give themselves self-punishment?
It's a self-running system.
What is this? Huh.
It's a lot of tools and candlelight for something.
Right outside by the guy locked in the... Psychos, cut off their limbs.
He has a front row seat for the fights at least.
Yeah. Hey, ain't so bad.
Really rough on the neck though.
Yeah.
Alright. So we head this way, we can see we have some additional work areas for some tanning and whatnot. And there's basically just a notice board. People who are missing family members or, for the latest news to come from outside perhaps. Occasionally a letter might make it in.
Literally might fall down.
I mean, again, it's probably hard to secure this being a giant hole in the ground, but that's why it's basically self-run. The Minutemen don't come down here. You're thrown down here, and it's up to the hierarchy of the prison to take it from there. Let's head up. That was like a fight about to brew right there. A little bit of a standoff.
Someone's getting chucked into the furnace.
Yeah. Oh, that tire smoke. Let me
Yes.
Oh, General Dave is an acrobat. Look at this.
Climb around. Oh.
Almost. Maybe I should stop before I do actually fall
When I grow up,
into
I'm
the
gonna have my
furnace.
own farm and make other people do all the work.
Yeah.
There's our view of both the village and the foundry. And then that's what the loot chute looks like from down below. This really is a huge location.
And you made that whole thing? The loot chute?
Yeah. Is it time for a scrap haul, Joel?
Yeah, I need to see this.
Okay, so we're gonna scrap the settlement here. Keeping in mind that some of this was done in the creation kit, so things like the tower
Writers
probably
don't
won't get
scare
scrapped
me.
because I did all that in the creation kit to do all the... Basically, to run all the wires, you have to do that in the creation kit.
Okay.
Beyond that, crash the game too. Nope.
Run.
Yeah. So this is what we're left with. And a few things that
crap
were
is
here.
that?
That's where the pump was. So I did
Okay.
scrap some
Sure,
things
sure.
like the pump, but
Oh my gosh.
you know what's missing, Joel, is all the trash and debris down here. I placed most of that. And Joel, this is what the village looked like.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so that was the village. The fighting
That's
pit.
wild, dude.
The fighting pit was the Mirelurk pit, and then this was the mining area. There were 2 pieces of trash already there and some barrels and stuff, and I just took it from there essentially. So yeah, because that was built in the creation kit, it's still here. But if we go up, I'll stay in free cam. If we go up here,
Oh my word.
it's honestly so weird to see this now, because so much of this has been done for months.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, it was very odd to scrap all that and not see all of this. I've been staring at this for months. It was very odd to see it empty again.
Man.
even though these saves are backed up, still makes me a little nervous.
To like lose all this.
I would be done.
Predators don't scare
Alright.
me.
I am finished.
That orphan's been firing the furnace. Look at that sooty face. Ooh!
What? Hey there, cowboy.
Yes?
Look at that sensual wall lead. That guy? I don't trust that guy. Run, little orphan, run! Oh, that was close. That was close. Cut the feed. Shut this prison down.
Yeah, he's safe for now.
Yeah?
I imagine there's somebody that just like sleeps in this pile of trash over here. Like not even a burlap sack. Just big old pile of trash. Here on the mid tier are where we have our high security prisoner
Got work to
cages.
do. Can't talk now.
As
Yes?
part of the tiered system, if there is a high security prisoner, they're put in here, and the other prisoners that are working the factory are in charge of them. If they want their rations, they've got to keep them alive and happy, because those cameras are watching.
Oh, so like they'll get in trouble if they don't keep these people alive?
Exactly.
Yes?
And that's probably a job that's assigned to...
Why do you want to keep them alive?
These would be cages for people that might not integrate well into prison life at first, so we just don't want to deal with them. We want them to be useful at some point, but we're not going to take the time to acclimate them to prison life. We're going to leave that to the other prisoners. It's a self-running system. And again, the cameras, there's one right there finally. I know I've got them down here, I just
Wish I
keep
could
forgetting
say
where
I
they
had
are.
half the guts you do.
Kind of unnerving again.
Like that one time you had a creepy webcam crow.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. I remember. Yeah, so these are some of the prisoner cages there. None of them occupied right now, so everyone who's down here at the moment has been fully integrated into the factory life, the useful life. I just thought that I needed some kind of imposing light tower, and the idea of this, like, steel-chained, hanging light tower, just, it's kind of crazy looking, but Fallout's got some crazy stuff in it. I think it's unusual,
Yeah.
but I think it works. And I actually did need some light down here because it was so dark at the bottom.
Yeah. I guess it just seems a little extra bright during the day right now. But
It does.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Unfortunately, there's no way to tell it the beam only shows up at night.
Yeah,
I
no,
looked
that makes
into
sense,
it,
yeah.
But no easy way to do that.
You've done good, Dave. I'm not faulting you. You've done good. You're a mere mortal.
This is a man that wants to leave here alive. As we go up this way, you can see we've got
Ooh, someone's got TV.
more of the prisoner cages TV.
Oh, what is that?
It's a medicine cabinet.
It looked like a TV.
Living the low life. Get this, like,
Someone has to see the major fights going on.
it's got like a shack suspended on the debris here, and the last couple of our prisoner cages, and just a fire barrel to keep them somewhat warm. The crapping bucket in the corner. Imagine that being your job. You feed them, and you clean up after them.
That would make... Dude, that makes your prisoners pissed.
Literally.
Oh,
Thankfully, they have the fighting pit to get all that anger out. We've got some more of the housing area back here, basically built into every possible nook and cranny.
I feel fine.
Where have you gone, America? We're rebuilding America, but without all these people now. They do have a part to play, though. Build those prefabs.
Yeah.
Send
Your
them
part
up.
to play by building parts. Your part to play
Yeah.
is building parts.
Specifically, build the parts. They basically got a bunch of weird furniture to sleep on. Anything that they can scrap together. Chairs, boards, carpet, old tires, and then, very classy toilet underneath the sleeping quarters. Got another shack over here, full of sleeping quarters. And someone's been working on some of the junk loot as well, it looks like. And they've actually got a couple of decorations. Look at them go.
I love how you say it as if you're surprised.
I'm not sending scientists and artists down here unless they're politically unfaithful. And we can step out over here. We have our kind of tier 2 workshop for this next floor up. So we've got a lot of chemicals that are being worked on. Someone's sent some plants down for working at the chemistry workbench. Making mentats, stim packs, a little bit of everything.
How much did you put on that table?
This is actually one wonderful prefab.
Oh, wow. What about the stuff on the top?
That is extra. Some of this I placed, some of this, if it's movable, it was already here. Yeah, so that's part of Thicket, as is that.
Yeah.
As it clips through. That, however, is all me.
What the heck is this? What is that marking?
I don't know. Huh. Maybe our artist in there is slowly losing it, with the cameras always watching.
What is that, Dave?
Spooky. Just signs of...
It's like that tall guy, that creepy, like...
Oh, Slender Man? Yeah.
It's like... Toss him down the pit. Have fun!
Yeah, a bunch of these shelves in the corner were actually already here. They made for a great base for our workshop. Get back to work. You notice, Joel, how many clocks there have been?
Yeah.
So you can, keep track of your 12-hour shifts.
I figured it would just be non-stop. There is no shifts. It's just you live in here and you work.
Well, yeah, but, people die from exhaustion because, unfortunately, they're not robots.
But you keep capturing more, right?
Well, they have to be sentenced first. We need real criminals. At this point, I'd imagine that there's a pretty good amount of fear out in the Commonwealth. I imagine Thicket Excavations is like legendary.
Does anyone have any chance to get out?
No.
Okay, so people who go here are like the worst of the worst.
It's life sentence stuff, essentially. Yeah. You can see here we've also got some of the wall prefabs that are being built, ready to be shipped up. And that just leads back to the walkway that goes down. Somebody's chilling and not working there.
Yeah.
This guy's not chilling at all. He's very cold. His hand's right up against the barrel. Warm me. He is loving that barrel. It's like me with air conditioning. And just the crazy guy from down below.
Another day of hard work.
I want to believe that
Every time we go,
I want to believe that this guy, because I think that is the same guy from down below. I want to believe that he just is like sitting in someone else's shack. Like, he doesn't live here. He just shows up and does what he wants. And
where are you getting these cups from?
Scary.
Hey.
He keeps it with him.
Very tight quarters here. The first mistake.
Oh, look at that.
Is that the first actual mistake?
Are you going into the gulags?
Into the gulag with me? This actually might not even fit. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. Cut the feed. Sure does look perfect to me, doesn't it, Joel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks nice.
Listen to how authentic you sound and not terrified at all. We just help me step around these guys. This was actually here as well. I think this was like a little storage depot that they were using for, working on the quarry. But I was like, that just looks really, really cool. It fits well. So to go along with it, I built our prisoner elevator system right here.
What was that we received from down below?
Yep, so this is that platform that's right next to the factory down below. I built kind of this metal overhang here with the struts that go out like that, supporting this scrappy little elevator, which again...
Well, I want to see where the little struts that go between, do they fit in between? Look up there.
Yeah.
Turn around. No, turn around.
Wait, over here?
Yeah, float up there. I need to see that. Where's the metal going through on that?
Notice the bars below on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This part's going through.
It's tack welded, Joel.
Tack welded? Okay, so it's cut off and okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For extra security.
I just want to check. Well, this one looks like it's slightly under the right, and that one's over there.
Of course it's not even. It's actually not way off. It's like a good 10 degrees off. Because it's being built by the prisoners.
Ah. Alright. You passed the test.
That's the platform that it leads down to.
I'm just picturing, that music from Lord of the Rings when it goes back down into, it's like dun, dun, those drums, the camera, dun, 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 the crows or the flying.
That was
down.
a crazy camera shot.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, it's not working because this is a custom settlement location, so it's a bit glitchy.
But please, if you guys know how to do that, make sure to point it out to Dave in the comments.
Repeatedly.
How to fix that. Yeah, repeatedly.
If someone else already pointed out, like, oh, this is how you fix it, ignore their comment.
Because you might miss that comment.
Yeah.
You might miss that one, so
Post it again.
Yeah.
Post it again.
If you guys see anything wrong with this
Email
build...
it to me, actually.
Yeah, anything wrong with this build whatsoever, make sure to
If you guys want to text me on my cell any time of the night and tell me what I did wrong.
Yeah, that'd actually be great. You'll be tossed in the pit. I have Sauron. Look, it's like a slit.
The smoke's just pouring out from the furnace. And that's what I imagine, Joel, in my head lore here, for why the beams of light are so visible, is because this whole area is just full of, like, tire smoke and, like, horrible pollution. Like, the air quality down here has got to be really awful. All the fire barrels. You can see more of our water pumps right here that...
Every time I see these, they look like those inflatable, like, laser tag things.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like those, like, inflatable thing.
And, of course, your loudspeakers for shouting at the prisoners. Yeah. Next shift.
A huge area, dude.
Yeah, we still.
I think if you had built this would have been a close competition with my our competition we did. This one has meat to it.
Hi.
Are you back to cannibalism?
No, I mean I was subtly ending that, but yeah,
That was not subtle at all.
this one has this one's got heart to it. I like it.
It's got 7 months of heart and soul.
2,000 views. Okay.
That's how you're gonna wear it?
Yeah.
Joel is so immersed right now, he's actually feeling the cold of the quarry. We're up to the middle point now on the loot chute. Why didn't I think of that name earlier? I love that. It's the loot chute. It's fantastic.
Your settlement build. The loot chute.
It goes all the way up to the top. Gotta duck under the framework here. Those railings have seen better days.
Oh, what are all those? That's cool. The building on the right.
Oh, the overhangs here?
Yeah.
This is the top tier of the prison. This is
So
where
that was the mid tier, this is the top tier.
this is the last tier of the prison proper. So this is going to be where Joel's
Did you make
henchmen
those-
live.
Angled right there?
These right here?
Yeah.
These are pre-angled.
Okay. Pre-angled.
But all of these support pillars down here, Joel, all of these railings, all those, yeah. Tucked away in the nook here, we have more people making their ration stew. That is just the most disgusting texture in the entire game because you're supposed to be eating that. That is horrific.
It just looks like, yeah, like mud and rocks.
It's awful.
Could you imagine, like, living up here and, like, walking by these edges all the time? Especially those? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're like, it chips away too, a little bit.
I wonder how many times people fall down.
So basically the idea here, Joel, is the higher up you get in the hierarchy of the prison,
Yeah.
the closer you are to like natural sunlight and like supplies being smuggled in and stuff like that. So up here, you have the gang bosses and the movers and shakers of the prison who control who gets rations, and there's also, as you're going to see, a little prison bar area as well, where you can use the barter system to try and get, maybe some personal possessions, some books, some comics, maybe get some jet to pass the days away. On the top floor of this shack right here, which is built into this quarry crevice,
I love those piss bulbs. That's what I always called them.
radiation piss bulbs. This is where one of the gang bosses has their office. And yet still, the loudspeaker, so they can be shouted at from above.
I like it, like, who installed that?
The Minutemen, at some point, or
So the Minutemen are, they're like, okay, you built this structure however you wanted, but you need to have this speaker in here.
I imagine if you want to yell at the gang boss, like, hey, you got a fight down on the factory floor between these two prisoners, take care of it right now. That's basically what that's for, is we can just shout orders at them from above.
What is that? Like the sun in the on the left, that art.
It's just like a porthole, I think, that's been painted.
Huh.
Makes a good painting. Yeah, you've got their desk right here with an inspection notice, it looks like, and some prisoner artwork right there, the hammer. Hammer dog. Some notes. Even the prisoners down here are complaining about Preston.
Okay, for a second, looking at the lighthouse, it looked like it was a window through it. I was like, where the heck is the ocean? It just for like a second, it just the 3D kind of worked good.
Yeah. That is a nice painting.
Yeah.
So they've got their own little workout room and bathroom here.
Pump, clean, and poop.
This room's got everything you need. Circle of life.
Do you remember my co-op bathroom where it was like the 2 showers between the two?
I remember. And because of how the rooftops were built into the quarry edge here, you had some like cool little nooks you can put some luggage and some storage stuff up there. I imagine that this is one of the gang bosses' sleeping quarters. Whoever this gang boss is right here that has the office, this would be their sleeping quarters. Have like an old car seat up there as their reading nook. That's still got to be super cold. Like, I'm getting cold just looking at all this stone. And they have a toothbrush. That's got to be worth like its own weight in gold down here. Welcome to the prison where everyone's breath smells like the apocalypse. Because it's the apocalypse. Yeah, don't look towards the center of the settlement. Whatever you do, look away. And of course, if Joel's men are running around, they're going to be continuing their obsession with that pre-war movie, Norman.
Yeah, they're the pre-war movie. We missed out on it, but keep that poster up.
There's like a theater full of them somewhere. They also have that URL to that pre-war technology, the interweb, I think, where you could go to normanthefilm.com and find out more about the film, which Joel premiered privately in July. And I've now seen it. See, I spent years working on it.
Yeah. What'd you think, Dave?
I honestly was blown away. And you still owe me a second showing.
Yeah, I do.
Because I need to see it again. You guys are in for a treat once it's distributed and out.
Yeah, once we have news, I'm sure Dave will update everyone.
Yeah. But for now, Joel's men are obsessed with that pre-war movie.
I gotta see that film.
We're dying! But have you heard of Norman?
We're dying!
It's just like the wall.
Man, sweet movies coming out.
If only I could have seen it before I died a horrible, horrible death. Got all kinds of just nasty growth and all the trash down here. Imagine this whole place between all the tire smoke and barrel smoke and sewage and piss and dead bodies. It's gotta smell horrible down here.
You know, it's funny. Like, I enjoy mushrooms like in food and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, man, seeing mushrooms grow, like I just pretend I don't know where mushrooms come from. Like I really just because
you're like a vegetarian with or someone who enjoys meat but doesn't like the meat creation process. Just don't think about sausage.
And
this guy back here is he's got a bit of a drinking problem. It looks like he's got a whole bunch of booze back in the corner and a rug with a bunch of holes in the floor next to it. You gotta watch your step through here. It's built on the foundation of the quarry, but lots of pitfalls in their construction. They've got some of their own equipment and looks like some special batches of Joel's old-fashioned shine are being brewed up here. And I think, yes, we have a label here. It's get a little bit closer. Joel's old style shine. And it's got the guy with the crazy. He's got like a fistful of like caps and money like flying everywhere.
I think it's taped over another label.
Yeah, it's from the Moonshiners in Diamond City. It comes from their bottle label. Yeah,
it's awesome, dude. Those old stuff.
His styles is like misspelled.
Yeah,
Joel's.
I'm like, I don't care.
I mean, the prisoners are making these labels with their own bare hands.
How do they ship this out of there? Do I get a shipment of this? Probably smuggle something.
Believe it or not, Joel, this is not the only place where Joel's old style shine is produced. It's becoming a Commonwealth legend, much like General Dave's Old Rye whiskey. In a much cheaper, lower tier. It's made with gray water.
Yeah, it's made with gray. Yeah, but it gives you that kick right before you die.
So believe it or not, that is actually one of the key lore elements that I have for Joel's old style shine is the extra bite that it has is because it's made with gray water. Like
So, is it somewhere else? Another one?
we're going to see it again in another settlement. coming
Okay,
up.
cool. Oh, cool.
But the recipe remains the same, and gray water
Yeah, I wish
is...
we could find a place where we could sell this crap. It'd be fun. Because I would want to buy it. I just want to own my own.
own your own shine.
Yeah.
And then this guy back here has got his little nook with some comics and a candle built right again into the wall here. That appears to be like a bigger hole, though. I'm not sure where that one goes. Like, I hope that bed doesn't fall off into that one. These guys kind of have doors, right? It's like half of a door. And the hole in the wall.
What you guys doing in there?
Got some shine. And, of course, with how much gray water is down here and how cold it is, there's got to be some serious disease down here. So you do have a prisoner-run clinic right next to the campfire out here. Watch out for the gap.
I like how you already made that like cone like kind of slightly falling off.
Yeah, like someone's already tripped into it while drunk or something on the shine.
Is that actually what you thought?
Yeah, exactly what I thought. So this shack is one of the ones that's hanging over the edge here. And it's where our...
Why is there so much blood on that bowl thing?
That's rust.
Oh, it looks like blood.
Plenty of bloodstains here, though.
Ugh.
So yeah, this is where the prison clinic, or prison doctor works at their own clinic. So that is enough of a standing to get them their own bed and everything else. So they have their own shack actually, which is pretty exciting. Even some of the shacks that have had doors have been to like 3 or 4 beds to the shack. Our doctor here in the clinic has their own shack.
He's probably taking his own chems.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But they are supplied with some.
And 2 for me.
They are supplied with some medical supplies from the Minutemen. We can go out onto the balcony here. I built this onto this this broken railing right here. You can see the boards kind of like go right through the broken part.
Where is Rivet City?
That is from Fallout.
Fallout 3?
3. It's the aircraft carrier.
Ah, yeah, that's what I was like.
Rivet City.
I noticed the name. I was like, it sounds familiar, and I can't remember where it was.
This lighting just looked pretty cool with the spotlight casting light there with the giant spotlight behind it.
Can you imagine living on that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So scary, dude.
And then you've got all these.
Every time you hear it creak.
And look at this platform right here, the connecting one. It's just like boards nailed together that you're walking on. It's just, yeah, it's not great. Well guys, this edit is getting out of hand once again, and we're almost back to another hour for part 2 here. We're going to take a break, and then next week we're going to continue in part 3, which is going to finish up the last of the upper prisoner housing, and from there, we're going to take a look at the security systems and gates that are keeping all these prisoners in their underground living quarters. For now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all then.